Why is conservation so important that it shouldn't be left to government alone is one of the reasons Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation was founded. So if you go back to our founders, those dozen people that sat around that room in Governor Ray's office and said, you know, what's the role of a private sector here? There are many things the government can't do, and frankly there may be some things the government shouldn't do. And there's certainly a strong role, and will always be a strong role, for the private sector in conservation. Private sector being individual landowners, and in our case in Iowa, that's really where it starts, is with individual landowners. There's a role for organizations like ours and others to work with those landowners and work with government. There are some folks, as we know, that don't like government, don't want to work with government, but yet they have conservation in their heart. How do we work with them to get the permanent conservation and restoration that we need? So it's a partnership. We need government, and we need the private sector, and we need citizens involved in the process, including landowners. So I wouldn't put more weight on one than the other. Again, it needs to be a collaborative partnership, but I think the private sector has a huge role to play. Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation prides itself in being able to respond quickly, to be nimble, to respond to change when it's needed, and create opportunity and take advantage of opportunity. Government can't react that quickly, and you know, that's okay. Government needs to have process, it needs to have equity, it needs to have analysis, and yet we also need a sector that can move much more quickly. And so in the conservation arena, that's the perfect partnership that exists.